I have a vast collection of art books. I'm Ant217 and today I'm going to show you 5 books to help you improve as an artist. Let's get started. Jumping right into it, book number 1 is The Art of Loish, a look behind the scenes. I do want to point out that this is not going to be in any type of order. I'm not going to count down which one is the best and which one is the worst. No, these are just a random order I picked for the video, but these are my favorite 5 books to help you improve. Also, this is a drawing channel, so I am going to have an artwork in the background as I talk about these books, but that artwork is inspired by one of the books, so wait till the end and I'll tell you what book that is. Here's a hint: the book inspired me to become a YouTuber and to continue my growth as an artist. It holds a very special place in my heart. Comment down below to see if you can guess what book that is. Back to Loish. This is a beautiful book starting from the packaging. I am a sucker for packaging. You can see that this has a book cover to protect your book, and it just has the name of the book and her logo and empty space. I am a sucker for empty space. Now I see that these white marks are here. That's not supposed to be there. I damaged the books a little bit. I do not know how that happened, but I am not happy. Again, I love simplicity and I love that she wants to protect her book. When it comes to my books, I want them protected. I don't want them wrinkled. I don't want any defects on them. I love my books. So I appreciate any time that one of my books has this protective cover over it. And when you open that cover, you slide the book right on out and you are introduced to this beautiful woman. She has long flowing hair and some nice flowing aura around her. I believe that's aura. And when you flip the book over, you can see that there's another woman on the other side connected by their hair. I don't know what the story is behind them, but it's very intriguing and very, very beautiful. You get the front cover, which is a warm color, and the back cover, which is a cool color, which contrast each other. She's already paying attention to the art, and we are only on the cover. This book itself is an artwork. When you open the book, you are introduced to Loish's early work. She is not afraid to show her progress from over the years. This right here can inspire you because this shows that she was once at a level that she was able to surpass with practice and hard work. And it makes you feel that if you get her book and follow her journey, you too can improve. She shows some of her schoolwork, some of her client work. She even talks about her workspace. You can get to know the artist. She also has a lot of finished pieces. She really lets you go behind the scenes in this book, but the reason I picked this book primarily is because of her stylization. She is not afraid to explore style, and her style is so beautiful, it is so unique, it is so recognizable, and it's her style. She didn't let anyone tell her how she should draw. It's her style, and I never really saw any other artist draw like her until the popularity of Loish. So she has inspired many people, myself included. And like I said, these are books that will help you improve as an artist, and paying attention to her stylization is something that I find very important when you're trying to develop your own style. It teaches you not to be afraid to think outside of the box. You don't have to draw the things that you see only on Instagram, which a lot of us do, myself included. But with this book, you're not only looking at beautiful works of art, you are also getting some tutorials. That's right, in this book, she has some tutorials that I'm not gonna show you guys. You would have to get the book to get the tutorials, but they are amazing. I read through the tutorials a bunch of times and I learned so much. I love this book. But wait, there's more. This is only one of 3 books that Loish has. You have The Art of Loish, the Sketchbook of Loish, and the Style of Loish. So you can get all 3 or just pick up one. But me personally, I have all 3, and if she makes a 4th, I will buy that one too because I absolutely love these books. Don't worry, these 3 books are not going to count as 3 books in this top 5 video. I just wanted to show that she has other books. If you want any of these books, they are available on Amazon. Go get them right away. Moving on to book number 2. The second book in this list is Wave Loop Art Sketchbook, Volume 1. Females. This book really impacted me, and it impacted my work because it reminded me to go back to the basics. And by that, I mean your sketch. Wave Loop's sketch work is absolutely astonishing. Astonishing, that's a good word. Sometimes when you are starting out art, you want to jump into colors and special effects and making your artwork look amazing with all these different tools. But Waveloop's art looks amazing from the moment the pen touches the canvas. Even without coloring or rendering, I love his work. His attention to detail in his sketches and his attention to anatomy is something that amazes me. We forget sometimes that the foundation of a lot of artwork is sketches, and we want to just skip to the final product. This right here will remind you to do your sketch work. And that's why I picked this book. He shows you that with minimal to no rendering, you can have a fantastic piece. You can still have a masterpiece. He shows some of his steps he takes to get his amazing sketches, like having some armature, I guess, or some guideline sketches. And then he shows also his final pieces. And I promise you, his sketch work, as well as his attention to anatomy, will amaze you. There are some works I won't be able to show you here because YouTube don't like boobas. But I do want to say it's not a very sexualized book. There are some not safe for work poses and some nudity, but it's not overly sexualized. So if you want to get this book for a kid, do your research on his work a little bit and then you make your decision. I don't think it's that bad depending on the age. His line art is so amazing, especially in the dynamic poses that he shows in the book. This is one of my favorite books, and I look at it more than I look at a lot of my books on my shelf, to be honest. It really made me go back and focus more on my preliminary sketch, and that helps my final piece look a lot better. He does have some color works here and some rendered works, but he really focuses more on the sketching and the line art, to be honest. And I don't focus too much on the final rendering pieces when I look at this book. And what's really special about this book is that when you get to a certain part in the middle of the book, you see this message. It tells you to close the book, the fun is not over, and turn it over. And there you have it, Waveloop Volume 2 Male Edition. Look at that. It's 2 books in 1. Now, I did buy this version of the book accidentally. I wanted both books separately, which was an option, I believe. I just picked the wrong one. And so I got the book in just 1 book. Some people might like that. I believe it was for a lower price as well, but I wanted to expand my collection, so I wanted them separate, but it's not that big of a deal. One thing I do want to point out is that the spine of the book has maybe a misprint. I'm not sure if it's just my version that had that or they all have that, but it's because they put volume 1 and volume 2 together. I'm not really sure what happened. I did get upset about that because I just love my book so much, but Waveloop art is so good that I honestly forgot that the spine had that error. So the first side was only women, and this side you get the same thing, a lot of sketch work, and this one is only men. He has mostly line art and inking, but there are some finished rendered pieces as well. But again, I don't look at his work to see those specifically. I know that he does full rendered, but I am not here for that. I do love when he does it, and I think it looks amazing, but I just am so fascinated by his line art. But wait, there's more. Okay, I'm gonna start doing that. But he has another book. Again, this is not gonna count toward the 5 books that I wanna mention today, but he has another book called Oni, where it focuses more on final pieces and some sketches, but I prefer looking at the sketchbook to improve. I love the other book, especially because he talks about his artwork in the other book and explains to you what he was thinking during the process. So if you want to improve your sketch work and you like what you see, please pick up Waveloop Sketchbook Volume 1 or 2 or both. Don't forget he also has Oni, which I love that book. It's a bigger book and it's also beautiful. Moving on to book number 3, and I need to apologize, okay? I'm gonna apologize right now because I'm not sure how to pronounce things and I'm probably gonna butcher it. This is KHAT, or KHAT, 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 hot. KHAT. I don't really know. And it is by, again, I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing it, Hicham Habchi. Again, I apologize if I'm saying that wrong. This book is absolutely stunning. I love this book, and look at how thick it is. It's such a big book. You have so many pages of so much artwork. Looking at the cover, you have this awesome character, and if you flip it over, you have that same character without the background, and I think that cover really shows what I'm gonna get when I'm looking at this book. You're gonna see some full color, some really cool rendered, and some dynamic and amazing character work. The reason I picked this book is because it shows line art and sketch work as well as the artist's finished piece in full color and full render. And it focused mostly on character design. I like that because you can see that even with the inking, like in Wave Loop or the sketching, that you can get a nice beautiful piece even before the rendering. If you're trying to focus on line art and sketching, then you can look at that. If you want to see full painted pieces, you can look at that. Some of these characters have extreme detail. I think of them mostly as like designed for video games, not much design for 2D animation, just because it's too much details and it's too complex, but it is beautiful, beautiful work. I'm not sure if any of the characters in this book are OCs. I know some of them are from video games because I recognize some, but I'm not sure if any of them are his creations. There's not really that many complex scenes. This book solely focuses on the characters themselves, and it's not really about big scenes. And that's what I like about it. Instead of going too complex with the backgrounds, the artist really just wants to showcase the character work and what it takes to design an awesome character. His attention to detail is so awesome, and I do hope that he makes another book. So if you happen to watch this, take my money. Make another book. If you want to learn character design, get a copy of this book. That's exactly why I picked it. Character design. Moving on to book number 4, and that is Ghostblade 2 by Wallop. Again, sorry if I'm mispronouncing that. Wallop? Wallop. Wallop. There's a lot of reasons why I chose this book. Mainly the reason I chose this book is due to the amazing paintings that Wallop. The amazing paintings that Wallop can do. He is a master at art. He is one of the great masters, and honestly, some of his work looks reminiscent of the great masters of the Renaissance, of the Baroque style, but he is doing this now, today, with digital art. He is absolutely amazing. But this book is a masterpiece in itself. Again, I am a sucker for some good packaging. This book has a protective case that has just the title and logo, and when you open it up, you see this beautiful artwork. But it is not the cover of the book. This is just another protective sleeve for the book, and it looks beautiful. I was very amazed when I first got this book as I was opening it. I wish I would have did an unboxing video because this book is gorgeous. So you slide that book out of the protective sleeve and you see a sword. And it says Ghostblade. That is awesome. But that is not the cover either. This is another protective case for the book. Look at that. It's a sword. When you flip that open, now you finally see the cover. He pays so much attention to his artworks as well as so much attention to how he wants his book to be sold. But this is about how to improve your art, and Wallop shows that even with simple brushstrokes, you can have jewelry or dynamic lighting, and it's just brushstrokes. If you do a study of his work and you look at his beautiful, beautiful artworks and you kind of just zoom in on one single piece, it kind of can look like it's a mess, because he leaves in so much brushstrokes. But when you zoom out, you can see that it comes together to make the amazing pieces. Wallop, he is an art god to me. I don't think that there's many other artists that I feel that do this type of art. If there are, let me know in the comments down below. Who should I be looking for? Because Wallop is absolutely amazing. I also picked this book because of his attention to lighting. You can see that the light can bounce off of other surfaces, and he also takes that into account when he is doing his characters or his scenes. So thank you to Wallop for inspiring me to improve and for making this beautiful, beautiful work of art. And like I said, this is Ghostblade 2, which means there's also a part 1. You can get both, because that's what I did. And if there's a part 3, I'm coming for it. See, I'm going to be running down those aisles. You better get out my way. Sorry, Grandma. Move. As I mentioned earlier, there is a book that is very, very dear to me, is very important in my art journey. And if you didn't guess yet, you can go do it for the last time. Try to comment if you got it, because I'm about to spoil it. It is NEMA by Ross Tran. Did you get it right? Did you get it right? Now, I have a lot of books that I can talk about that really truly inspired me, but this one is the reason why I got into YouTube. This one right here is the reason why I wanted to start building worlds. This one is why I am drawing the beautiful artwork that you see here. I was a patron of Ross Draws, and he had a yearly update thing that he does, and the update that year was world building, and he wanted us to create our own worlds. And I did that. But with every class that he posted, or with every tutorial he posted, I've seen improvement. He pretty much showed us how he made this NEMA book. And the reason I'm not finished with my world is because of that improvement. Every time I drew something, I got better, and I felt like I had to redraw it because it didn't kind of match my other drawings. Thank you, Ross Draws, for teaching me your ways, showing us all your art secrets. I really appreciate it. You helped me more than you know, and I really appreciate that. And I hope to continue to grow in my journey, and hopefully one day I can show the world my universe that I created with your help. But back to the book. This book is absolutely gorgeous. He has character design, graphic design, landscape design. He has a magic system that he explains. He has a whole world in this book. And what really impressed me about this book is that it's an art book, a character book, and a story all in one. You see the art of Ross Draws, and you see the art of the NEMAverse. I hope he really adds on to this book because the story is not finished yet. It honestly just started, so I can't wait to see what he does next with NEMA. I am hoping to get a NEMA 2 in the future. I consider myself a creator, a world builder, and this book really helps me do that. He even shows you how he does his character sheets and showcase all the characters in the NEMAverse. This book is one of the books I look at most of my collection because it keeps me inspired, and it keeps me creating my universes. It keeps me creating my worlds. And that's why I picked this one, because we are all artists. That means we like to create, and this one shows you how to create your own universe. Right now, I have a bunch of worlds that I'm working on. Maybe I should focus up on one, but I can't. My ideas cannot be contained. One of my ideas is the world of Boy Awesome. This is a children's book that kinda is a mix of, I don't know, the Avengers meets Captain Underpants. So if you know anyone that would love that, or if you would love it, then please buy my book. It's available now on Amazon. It has amazing how to draw pages as well as flip animation pages. Again, if you have someone who loves to read, loves adventure, you want them to learn how to be a good person, a good friend, and you want them to learn how to draw, then buy my book. And there you have it, my top 5 art books to help you grow as an artist. You can find most of these artists, if not all of these artists, on Instagram, and they have link trees or a link to their books usually. So if you are interested in any of these books, you can go find them there and add them to your collection. If you like what you saw here, then please hit subscribe, hit the bell, because I'm going to be talking about more of my books in my collection, and you don't want to miss it. And if you want to see my work, you can watch this video right here. I do a lot of challenges and have a lot of fun with my art, and I promise you it is awesome. And if you are an artist and you are a creator like me, then I want you to know that you are awesome. I think. Thanks for watching.